what we're going to do, we're going to give you a minute. You need to elect a team member who's going to come and speak to us, and we'll ask the other 4 people to leave the room.
You want me to?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll still do that.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're electing to come?
Yeah.
Okay, can we ask the other 4 to leave? So what we're going to ask you to do is, with your team, is to build 4 paper aeroplanes.
Okay.
1 paper aeroplane each.
Okay.
And you're going to be blindfolded.
Okay.
Okay, and the rules, they're all here, but I'll quickly describe them. So, we are going to, 4 people will be blindfolded, and if they want to touch the paper, they have to be blindfolded, so they can't touch it. No, we can show them in advance, but they can't touch the paper.
Wait, so are they going to make the paper aeroplanes without touching the paper?
They have to be blindfolded.
Oh, that, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
okay. Each person can only build 1 aeroplane, so you can't have somebody building all 4. Each aeroplane must be the same design, but I'm going to show you the design we expect you to make when Courage talking during the game.
Okay.
And we'll stop the game after 5 minutes. We've done a trial run and it was 3 minutes odd, but there was only 2 of us, so we think 5 is pretty fair. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to build it. I have another 4, so you take it.
Can I build the paper aeroplane too?
No,
So I can just instruct them?
you only instruct, but if you want to build a paper aeroplane, you
After
can
being
ask another.
blindfolded?
Yeah, you can ask another member to explain it to you, but that, it's up to you, but that would be, seems pretty difficult. Okay, so you crease it in half, then you open it up, and you fold from one corner into the middle. Do the same over here.
Am I allowed to touch the paper at all? No.
You can play with it here before you go through if you want.
No, no. But I'm saying, you know when they're doing it, can I like
No.
help them
No.
out?
No.
No. Right.
So you fold it over there, and it's simply 1 crease. I'm saying simply 1 crease. Look, easy as this. 1 crease, turn it over, 1 crease, and it should be a paper aeroplane. We'll try it.
Yeah.
That works very well. Right, so that's your demonstrator.
That's fine. So I'll go out, I'll tell them.
No, they can come in.
They can come in now.
So we're just going to video you come in, but you happy with the instructions? Will you head off?
Very simple, yeah. You're all going to build paper aeroplanes,
Okay.
which it needs to look like this.
Okay.
But the trick is you need to do it blindfolded.
Okay.
So you're going to sit down there, blindfold yourself. I'm only allowed to tell you what to do. So I think as well as when you all get a bit of paper, I'll do 1 instruction at a time, and we'll do it step by step. How's that sound?
Yep.
Yeah. So everyone want to take a seat. So just remember, this is the end. This is the last time you'll see this plate. So take a good look.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to unfold it.
Okay.
Sorry, that's part of the game. We're not allowed.
Okay.
And you want to fold the top left of the paper to the center of the page, and then make a crease.
Make a what?
A crease like,
Triangle.
yeah, like triangular. So when thing yours is totally off. So grab the top left of your paper, the top left part of your paper. Keep going forward with your left hand. Keep going, keep going. Top left. Top left.
Steve?
Am I right?
Yeah, no, completely off. So you want the top left of your paper to be folded into the center of your page. So the top left corner, yeah, and you want to make that touch the middle of your page,
Middle.
yeah,
Now
and
you're talking to the team or
to win ping right now.
to
Yeah, everyone's totally off. I think I'm giving really bad instructions actually. But HB, you've done the first side perfectly. If you match the second side, you're halfway there.
Am I right?
Kind of, yeah.
Not this.
Victor's, yeah, so Victor, now fold them in. The wrong way, isn't it? Sorry for the language, guys.
Sorry.
You can unfold it if you want.
I can unfold this.
Yeah, for yourself. To understand how to
I think
review
I've
it.
confused myself as well.
Okay.
Sorry guys, this is really bad leadership from me here. So HB, if you make 1 more crease from your left side, so if you fold your paper up, Yeah, so it's the full thing. So the full thing. Just the full thing. So make your full paper touch each other.
Okay.
So just touch it in, like that sound. So
Corner.
Sean's kind of done a paper aeroplane, but not the way it's meant to be. When ping is totally off it. Yeah. But see the right top of your page now. Fold that in. So the same thing here for the left.
Sorry. Left. Top left corner.
Yeah.
To the middle, right?
Yeah.
This is tough.
Exactly. HB, you've almost done it. Bang on. You just need to do this other side the same.
Todd. I think mine is kind of.
So guys, you've got 1 minute left.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah, I realized the time as well, yeah.
We didn't know that.
So HB, HB, can you lift your paper up? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's right. If you fold it in again,
Then?
Victor, yours is kind of done. So do you know if you put your paper down? Yeah. And the top bit of your page, fold that in. Yeah, so fold that right in and do the same to the other side.
How can?
No, I'm only talking to Victor right now. Sean's pretty kind of done. And when ping, yeah, just keep going that way for now. And then fold the full pages together in half.
Okay.
And that's kind of a paper aeroplane, yeah, that'll do.
This?
Yeah.
This is nothing like you have in your hand.
Yeah, it's not. But
10 seconds, guys.
Yeah, how long?
10.
Right, HB, yours is the closest. And when ping, just keep going.
At the end.
If
keep
they
folding,
fly,
yeah.
it's okay.
Guys, you're done.
Right, done.
Team 3, thank you for completing the task yesterday. The task being building 4 paper aeroplanes. As we discussed the Dowd at the start of the game, you're going to get monitored on 8 main focus areas. The main focus areas were team structure, listening, involvement / collaboration, conflict resolution, task completion, respect, effective communications, and genuine group buy-in. What we never told you yesterday was how we were measuring these areas of focus. So what I'd like to do is just put down the comments to you. We'll discuss through them, question and answer session as you want, and we'll take it from there. Minerva's also got some points to show you. For so there'll be some bits in here where I'll say see video and we'll show you what I mean. Okay, here's a couple of. Here's our feedback form. Sorry it's so small, but we're struggling to fit it on one page. So the first thing we measured you on was team structure, and the measurement for this was the group formed their team, including the levels of hierarchy, in a suitable time frame with relevant input from all members. We've rated you reasonable, so that's the middle of 5. The rating structure is very poor, weak, reasonable, good, and excellent. So our comments to you are, based on a Tuckman team formation, the forming part of that appeared to occur too quickly. We're not sure if that is because you already knew each other, so that's probably a bit there. So you knew each other, so you formed a team, you kind of knew each other already, so that happened very quickly. Number 2 was the storming part. There was no obvious storming session that occurred to us. 3 was the Norman. You basically got to Norman very quickly, like you just picked the leader very, very quickly and straight into Norman almost. 4 was performing, and you were unable to complete the task. Maybe 1. So from the Lencioni idea, the absence of trust, this never appeared to be a problem. Fear of conflict. So we put here, when the leader was questioned, the group quickly became pretty passive. There wasn't any conflict developing. If something was questioned, it was like, how do we calm the situation instead of developing the conflict? The lack of commitment, we've never seen that. Everybody was committed to the task at hand. But one thing we didn't notice was until it got difficult, then it seemed to be, we'll give up. So it was very committed until it got difficult, and you gave up. We'll show you a video on that later on. Inattention to results, it was clear that people knew what ultimately was expected, but it wasn't clear or structured how to achieve that journey. I think Dal said at the start we'll go through in stages, but it quickly went off-piste. This next part was, anything to say on that? Next part we've got is the area of focus is listening. How well did the team members listen to the briefings? Again, I've put reasonable. So initially it seemed like you listened very well. During the exercise it was clear that this wasn't the case. We had comments like, "I never knew it was timed," and we'll show you that video after we've been through listening. So we intentionally gave you a task that you probably had previous knowledge of. This was to see if you actively listened or if you quickly went to your knowledge of what you'd done previously. So if you quickly went to a habit stage opposed to actively listening, because it had to be done a specific way. And on the same token, we handed a demonstrator to you, so that when you seen a demonstrator, it made you think you knew what you were doing instead of actively listening to doubt. And we did see a bit of that. The next bit we've got is involvement and collaboration. The measurement on this was the group proactively included all members and completed the task at hand. We gave you an excellent here. All members were included. After analysing the MBTI, the colour preference, we thought the best person to be the leader would have been Victor, since he's an executive blue. Would have been perfect for giving succinct instructions. The blue person would have been, because you were blindfolded, require a different type of leader. Clear, to the point. That was our take on that. Conflict resolution. The group allowed conflicts to develop and resolve them satisfactorily. We've given you good. So discussions, questions, we encourage them because we want to see how conflicts developed. But you acknowledge bad instructions were given, and we think that's a common thing. And the person hearing hears different from what the person's saying. And I think to reiterate, getting the message across is very difficult, especially when you've got a blindfold on. Also the bit here about the value resides with the receiver. So it's only important what the receiver's taking, not what you're telling. And it's very hard to give these instructions. Conflicts were minimal. It's possibly due to the time frame, but it could have possibly been developed. Task completion. The group satisfactorily completed the task of building floor paper this week. The leader was a harmonizer yellow, which is more of a soft touching person, when blue was probably better type, as we discussed. One paper was successfully built, but we're not sure if you've done that on your own initiative after reviewing the video, or whether you were listening to Dell's instructions. So we're not sure if you knew it previously, but couldn't really tell. I'm not sure if you've got any feedback on that. There was clear respect between team members, everyone maintained their designated task. Yep. It's clear everyone respected each other, so that was very good. Effective communication. So the measurement here was the group, especially the team leader, understood the different personality types that communicate, acted in a suitable manner. We're going week here. At the start, the idea was do it in stages, which we think was very appropriate. This quickly went away. People carried on as they wanted. So on that specific task would have been probably to make sure everyone had completed the first stage, get buy-in, move on. The leader turned into a child type. The leader turned into a child style of communication, since he couldn't guide his team accordingly, saying sorry, things like that. It was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not giving you good instructions."
Just said that.
Yeah, and there's one point, one minute flag, he said, "I think you're giving bad instructions." Do you remember that?
In the very first
Okay, I won't show you if you remember it. And one thing, we actively encourage discussions during the exercise. It was to see if multiple people were speaking to you and making your life difficult. You're trying to communicate. It's like the juggling exercise. It did get hard. It looked very hard to do. So you've seen that as well. And at one point, you said that you talked to the whole team or me. I'm not sure if you remember saying that, but it shows you how hard it is to get your point across. And for genuine group buy-in, the measurement is the group collectively bought into the task and clearly committed to the goal of completing the task. Gave you a good here. It was clear that everyone was trying to complete the task at hand. However, there was a point on the video we can show you after 4 minutes when basically we just gave up. It was at different stages, people weren't managing, other people were, and it was like, oh, it's too hard, I've given up. So that's our feedback. I'll show you the video if you want to see it, or remember it.
Okay.
Group 6, choose the paper aeroplane exercise.
Well, because as you saw, it sets an appropriate environment to foster, discuss and evaluate communications and link it to the coursework theory, just as you know, Lencioni, and as we speak. And if you don't remember nothing else, I think we choose the
criteria did you use for choosing the feedback template?
Our feedback template was chosen based on the theories we learned in class to see the performance of Group 3, how their team management would reflect on those theories learned. Machen spoke about respect in team performance, structure, or the team performance, how they collaborate to get their teamwork done. That was the basis on our selection of the feedback templates. Thank you.
What was your observations of Team 6 during the week?
I realized that we went through 4 stages of the Thomson model, from forming, when we went to go to know each other. All we were very nice, trying to start having a good communication. However, afterwards, in the storming stage, we had conflict making decisions, and I think that there I realized about the Leucioni model, because we needed to argue in order to agree. Afterwards, we moved to the norming stage. Why? Because there we realized that the commitment was important when we needed to decide about the tasks given to the team number 3. Afterwards, in performing successfully, we implemented all the ideas. We agreed on briefings, on feedback, on the key performance indicators that were important for us to measure in the other team, and well, finally, to deliver our result. Well, I think that we needed to argue again, but I think that in general we performed excellent.
Can you give us your 3 learnings from the week, please?
Yeah, the Lencioni model, how you need to create trust and avoid conflict to get communication to the next level. Team energy, how you need to spend a lot of time in the 4 of them. So planning, getting things done, having fun and caring from others to be a truly performance team. And the last one is the fundamentals of communication, how to describe things very clearly and as simple as possible.
Steven, what were your main 3 learnings?
My 3 main learnings from this week were that the value definitely resides within the receiver. When things go wrong, chaos can quickly ensue, and different leaders are better for different situations. So as a leader, you need to understand that sometimes blue is better than a yellow, and vice versa. What's your 3 reflections from the week, please?
Yeah, the 3 things I learned was that one, as an individual, you shouldn't try to change yourself, but you should add value to yourself in order to communicate better with other people. And the next one too is as a leader, you should be able to manage conflict. That is an emotional intelligence. You should know yourself better, so it can help you to communicate better with other people. Yeah, and again, I learned about team management. I should be able to resolve conflicts in whatever you find yourself to achieve your aim.
3 things that you learned during the week?
I learned that balanced teams are important. Secondly, that the clear communication is essential. And finally, that conflict can be good.